Moments That Matter is brought to you by Binkley Ross Family of Funeral Homes and by First Southern Bank.
Welcome to Moments That Matter. I'm your host, Melise Oakley. We continue talking with Jessica Gibson and our furry friends, Blue and Millie. Let's begin by introducing what Moments That Matter is about. It's a podcast of sharing real stories of comfort and care and connections at the Voyage Senior Living. Today, we're going to talk about the Voyage Senior Living and how we help people navigate financial resources that are available for the loved one's healthcare. And we have our furry animals because this could be a stressful situation financially that we talk about.
Finances are stressful, and they're only getting more stressful, I think,
as time is going on and things are increasing. Mm-hmm. Yes. So the Voyage Senior Living is a non-for-profit organization. We are the only ones in Southern Illinois that has this kind of organization. Now, Jessica, what is your job title?
So it's so much fun. I'm a Medicaid specialist with the Voyage Senior Living. I'm also a certified SHIP counselor, which is a counselor that helps people understand Medicare benefits, and I can help them get assigned their benefits or, pick what they would like to have, who they would like to use as their provider for their healthcare benefits.
I get really riled up on things.
No.
Yes. And so do you. And what I'm most impressed about is that you go above and beyond what your job is with individuals to find the benefits and the resources. I think that is what makes you just, on very many different levels, but just an amazing person.
Well, thank you.
Explain just a little bit now and break it down about what does that job title and what do you do?
Very quickly, when I took this position, I realized that there are two reasons that people stall when they're looking to find health, find an aftercare for their loved one.
It can be
or
really
a community for them to fit into.
It could be really overwhelming.
Right. It's very overwhelming. There's so much information. But one of the biggest things I feel that prevents people from really looking into what we provide is cost.
Right.
There's always that, we can't afford to do that. There are so many programs out there. But Medicaid being first and foremost, a lot of people don't realize that Medicaid will pay for the services in a community like what we provide. So,
what are the services that they provide?
So the services are anything from laundry to cooking to medicine reminders, day-to-day activity planning,
absolutely,
things
getting to the doctor,
group outings, transportation to and from doctor's appointments, kind of facilitating schedules to be put together for people. It's endless. Really, we just try to provide service, any kind of service that we could provide. Yes,
we are a community.
That's right. Medicaid will actually pay for those for those services
if you qualify.
Yes. So some people, when they come to me, they're already in what's called the community care program. So they're already Medicaid approved. So that's just admitting them into our communities, and then me switching them over into that long-term care waiver, which then allows their services to become billable services. And then I also have people that will call and they don't know how they're going to afford it. They can barely afford their Medicare premiums. So one of the great things about Medicaid is that if you qualify, there's something called the Medicare Savings Program.
Okay.
So Medicaid actually picks up those premiums and they pay those Medicare premiums as well as the services provided in our communities. And you don't necessarily have to qualify for full Medicaid coverage in order to qualify for the Medicare Savings Program.
Okay.
And there's not a lot of resources. It's not an advertised program. So what I do is I work with families very closely, as we all know, dealing with anything where you have to fill out paperwork and go through the state. It can be daunting. So I just kind of try to remove that burden from the families, and I will get them applied. I will do the paperwork. I become their approved representative through our community, and that allows me the access to their client-based file within that HFS system, and then I can help them navigate and basically do it. I do it for them.
Right.
So I can get them applied and approved. I know the guidelines, so I can generally know if someone will be approved prior to the application process.
And what I think is really cool too is you become, these people start becoming a part of your family. Like you refer to them,
Yes.
and there's things that have happened, like an open house, and you went to make sure that that person had,
One of my beautiful residents. Yes. So she is, I just love her to pieces. She's had some difficulty financially and with things that have happened. And so it's kind of, I don't want my influence to stop at you've been applied, you're done. I want to go the extra mile. I want to make sure that they have access to whatever
and
financial
taken care of.
Yes. So, I mean, I'm an advocate, not only will I support you through that, process of being applied. Every year you have a redetermination. I will get you through the redetermination. But also I will advocate for you on other levels when it comes to your health care. That was the reason I was certified for the SHIP counseling, which is in the Medicare aspect. So that's different than Medicaid. So Medicare at 65, and I provide that service to the community as well as within the Voyage Senior Living. I will step outside of that and provide that to the open community as well, because those things, they aren't advertised. They're not something where there's a step-by-step process.
Right.
It's challenging.
And also, we've been able to get different communities, like the veterans.
Yes.
We've been networking with them, being able to get some of our residents the need or the benefits that they may not be able to get. And you have advocated, and
Oh, yes.
And that is a beautiful thing.
And I think that the goal is to make sure that we're alleviating that burden. I believe fully that at that point, when someone comes to us and they're ready to live in our community, that they feel advocated for, that they feel like that's not a burden, that we can alleviate some of that burden. All of the services that I listed that we provide, the next level to that is within our finance department. We do try very hard. We have the rent forgiveness. We have the community care program where, people can receive financial assistance for their services through other state-based, if you don't qualify for Medicaid, or if you don't qualify to live in our Medicaid supported facility, you would qualify for other types of financial assistance to be a part of our community. We want to try to be inclusive in all types of income levels. I think that's what makes us great. It's not listed on our service package as being a service, but I think that we all really advocate and try to work around to make that possible for people.
And let people age in place. That is an initiative for
with grace.
Absolutely. I love
without
adding
the
that.
burden. Without the burden of having to constantly worry about being inundated with paperwork and letters that they don't understand. And that's all part of Medicaid and Medicare. It's just, there's letter after letter. And a lot of the times they start throwing them away, or they start putting them away, or
they don't realize the electronic process. And like with one of our residents, she was writing some responses, and it wasn't getting to the right person, or the person it was getting to, it was pulled, and it actually was not beneficial. We learned that through just walking through this. And that's what I love, is that you will go to the ends with them and be able to try to help them. And I want people to know in Southern Illinois, we are a resource. We are passionate about what we do.
Absolutely.
We love our residents. And the thing of it is you may not be a good fit for us, or there may be a better place somewhere. We want to find that. We want to be the first line to say, hey, we need this. What can we do? And that's what I love about it, is that we fight for our residents and we want to get them the best care possible.
Oh, absolutely. And that's at the bottom level of just being able to work with these people daily. It's all the way up to the level of how can we advocate, whether you come to be with us or not. Let me help you advocate for that. It's a difficult process.
And it's scary.
And I don't want to see anybody miss out
Right.
on opportunities or things that are offered, resources that are available, simply because there's no one that understands it. Or, there's not always a huge family support system for some of the people that come to be with us. Sometimes they're coming out of a skilled nursing facility, or they're coming out of a bad situation where they've tried to live on their own and they were unsuccessful. And they don't necessarily have family that is surrounding and involved. And then in that essence, we become that family. And we should.
Absolutely.
I mean, we should. They have, I think one of the most touching things, I didn't work in senior care. This is my first time. So I've been doing this for a little over 2 years. And I think that, it's a widely overlooked demographic. We assume that they're self-sufficient, or, that they're going to be cared for by family, or, whatever the case may be. But I think that the more I interacted with our residents and listened to stories.
Yes.
At first it was just a job for me. I'm going down this list of questions, right? Like, do you have this? And do you have this? And it just becomes so monotonous. But then you start to see these little pieces of people, right? The woman that I was speaking about, that's kind of dear to me, she was like an agricultural representative. And when she was doing that, there just weren't women in that field, right?
So she was like,
you want them to keep their dignity.
Right.
So it became less of, I'm doing this for you. Let me do this with you. This is another milestone. These people had full lives. They were,
and they still have them.
Incredible people,
Absolutely.
right? And
they're still
so
full
you just
life.
kind of overlook that, like what they've provided in their communities, what they've given back, what they've done with their lives, and it inspires you. It inspired me to become more of an advocate and more of like okay, let's make this seamless. Let's don't make this something
More
that they're
stress
having
on them.
to face.
Right. Because they may not feel well, or they're tired, and you're their advocate.
Right.
Wow. It's already gone by. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
So remember to follow Moments That Matter at the Voyage Senior Living on Facebook and YouTube for more heartwarming stories. Thank you for joining us for Moments That Matter. Until next time, take care and cherish the moments that truly matter.
Moments That Matter is brought to you by Binkley Ross Family of Funeral Homes, locally owned and operated. Binkley Ross Funeral Home, Blue Funeral Home, Mitchell Hughes Funeral Home. Call 618-997-7771 or find them at binkleyross.com. And by First Southern Bank. Bank with people you know, who know and love Southern Illinois. Community banking at its best. Find us online at firstsouthernbank.net.